Friends, just take a moment to think. Tonight, as you head to your comfortable beds at home, more than 771,000 people across America will spend the night in a tent, in their car, or under the open sky. This is the official HUD data for 2026, and it represents the highest number ever recorded. Since the count began in 2007, this figure has reached an all-time peak. In just a single year, the homeless population has surged by 18%. Friends, this is a reality that we simply cannot afford to ignore. In today's video, we will take a look at the top 10 U.S. states with the highest homeless populations. So without wasting any time, let's dive straight into number 1. Friends, California, America's wealthiest and most glamorous state, also happens to be the state with the largest homeless population. According to 2024 HUD data, more than 187,000 people in California are homeless. This accounts for approximately 25% of the entire homeless population in the U.S., meaning that 1 in every 4 homeless individuals resides in California. Since 2015, this figure has increased by over 74,000. In California, 4.7 out of every 1,000 people are homeless, a rate that is double the national average. And what is the most shocking fact? A staggering 66% of California's homeless population lives unsheltered, under the open sky, rather than in shelters. High housing costs, a shortage of mental health resources, and income inequality, these 3 factors lie at the very root of this crisis. Despite the investment of billions of dollars, this problem remains unresolved. Coming in at number 2 is New York, where more than 158,000 people are homeless. An interesting fact is that while New York ranks 4th in terms of total population, it ranks 2nd in terms of its homeless population, highlighting the depth of this issue in the region. In New York City alone, more than 100,000 people stay in shelters on any given night. In 2024, the number of long-term New York residents residing in shelters saw an increase of 11.5%. New York has a right-to-shelter law, meaning the government is legally obligated to provide shelter to every homeless individual, yet the crisis remains out of control. The vacancy rate for apartments renting for less than $1,100 is a mere 0.4%. Implying that finding affordable housing has become nearly impossible. Housing shortages, domestic violence, and job loss are the primary causes of homelessness in this region. Ranked 3rd is Washington State, where more than 31,600 people are homeless. While the state ranks only 13th in terms of total population, it stands 3rd in terms of its homeless population, a significant statistic. A severe shortage of affordable housing in Seattle and the Puget Sound region has further exacerbated this crisis. Washington boasts the highest minimum wage in the country, yet people remain unable to afford housing, primarily because affordable housing options simply do not exist in the private market. According to one study, a 100% increase in average rent leads to a 9% rise in the homeless population. Governor Jay Inslee has made affordable housing his top priority since 2023, but the problem remains substantial. Even today, encampments of people living in tents are a common sight on the streets of Seattle. Ranked 4th is Florida, where more than 31,400 people are homeless, and this number is rising rapidly. Economists state that the primary cause of homelessness in Florida is a shortage of affordable housing. In 2020, the median home price was $251,000, a figure that has since surged to over $406,000, nearly doubling. In 2022, Hurricanes Ian and Nicole wreaked havoc across the state's southern peninsula, destroying affordable homes belonging to its poorest residents. Most homeless individuals in Florida have extremely low incomes, making it difficult for them to afford rent. The state has frequently faced criticism regarding its lack of social safety net programs. Housing experts fear that this crisis in Florida could intensify even further in the coming years. In 5th place is Massachusetts, where more than 29,400 people are homeless. While Massachusetts ranks 16th in terms of total population, it ranks 5th in terms of homelessness, surpassing even larger states such as Texas and Illinois. The per capita homelessness rate here is notably high. Urban areas like Boston face a severe shortage of affordable housing. The median monthly rent here stands at $1,848, one of the highest rates in the country. According to an advocacy group in western Massachusetts, while there has been a slight decline in the number of homeless families, the situation for homeless individuals living alone has deteriorated further. Ranked 6th is Texas, where more than 25,000 people are homeless. Major cities such as Houston, Dallas, and Austin serve as the primary hubs for this crisis. Substance addiction is a significant issue in Texas. According to SAMHSA data, 38% of homeless individuals struggle with alcohol addiction. Addiction leads to financial hardship, strained relationships, and legal troubles, factors that pave the way to homelessness. The state has launched several initiatives aimed at creating affordable housing and adopting a housing-first approach. Texas's warm climate also attracts homeless individuals to the state, a factor that contributes to its growing homeless population. Nevertheless, the state faces a severe shortage of resources, which is exacerbating this crisis. Ranked 7th is Oregon, where more than 18,000 people are homeless. The Portland metropolitan area is the epicenter of this crisis. Portland's mayor proposed banning encampments on city streets and sought to relocate homeless individuals to designated campsites. In 2024, the Supreme Court issued a landmark ruling stating that criminalizing sleeping outdoors does not constitute cruel and unusual punishment, even if shelter beds are unavailable. Oregon ranks quite high in terms of homelessness per capita, with 3 to 5 homeless individuals for every 1,000 residents. The growing homeless population in Oregon has become a major cause for concern, particularly for the residents of Portland. A shortage of affordable housing and gaps in mental health services are repeating the same familiar story here as well. Ranked 8th is Colorado, where more than 13,000 people are homeless, the majority of whom reside in Denver. Metro Denver, in particular, is struggling to tackle this issue, despite state and local governments having invested substantial resources into it. Rents in Colorado have skyrocketed. Affordable housing in Denver has become virtually non-existent. The number of homeless people in the state is rising rapidly, particularly among single adults. Denver tells the story of a city where, on one hand, luxury apartments are being constructed, while on the other, tent cities are springing up. The state has now begun to place greater emphasis on mental health and addiction treatment programs. Housing experts assert that unless the supply of affordable housing increases, overcoming this crisis will remain a formidable challenge. Ranked 9th is Arizona, where more than 12,000 people are homeless, a significant portion of whom reside in the Phoenix metropolitan area. Most concerning is the fact that while the number of homeless people nationwide increased by less than 1% between 2020 and 2022, in Arizona, this figure surged by 23%. This represents a massive increase. In Phoenix, the extreme climate also poses a threat to the homeless population. Excessive heat claims the lives of many individuals. Arizona's narrative mirrors that of other regions. Escalating housing prices, stagnant wages, and a shortage of affordable housing. A segment of the state's migrant population has also fallen into homelessness. A HUD report attributes this growing trend to natural disasters and migration. Here, too, immediate solutions are urgently required. Ranked 10th is Nevada, where over 9,500 people are homeless, the majority of whom reside in the Las Vegas metropolitan area. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but the reality of homelessness is a story that is rarely told. Amidst the casinos, luxury hotels, and glitz of Las Vegas, thousands of people spend their nights on the streets. Nevada ranks among the top states in terms of the per capita rate of homelessness. The state has launched several initiatives aimed at creating affordable housing and expanding outreach services to those in need. Even in Nevada, the combination of skyrocketing housing prices and low-wage jobs creates a precarious situation. And friends, remember this. In 2024, 771,480 people across the United States were homeless, the highest figure ever recorded. This is not just a statistic. These are 771,480 human lives. Friends, these 10 states have made significant efforts to tackle the problem of homelessness, but it is not enough. The homelessness crisis is an issue that requires us to expand affordable housing, provide job training, improve mental health and addiction services, and strengthen our social safety net. This is not solely the government's responsibility. Rather, the government, NGOs, and society, everyone must work together. If even a single person is homeless, that is one person too many. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it and let us know in the comments below what you believe would be the best solution to this crisis. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.